Welcome to Mountain Accent Sewing. My name is Cynthia. Today I am doing a little catch up and sharing some successes and a fail. Unfortunately, every time that you make a garment or sew anything, it's not always going to turn out exactly like you wanted. I will start with my fail. I made the Closet Core Pietras, and I made this version here, which is version B. I have previously made the shorts, so we have the wide leg is version A, kind of a tapered leg for B, and the shorts for C. Previously, I have made the shorts in this beautiful canvas fabric, and I graded from a 16 at the waist to a 14. Well, when I made these pants, I decided that I would not grade, that I would just make a straight size 16 to see how they fit. Now, I was limited on fabric, and so I was a little concerned about if I was going to be able to get all my pattern pieces on, and I worked very hard one evening laying all my pattern pieces out and decided I did need to shorten the length of the legs a little bit. I think I shortened them by 2.5 inches in order to get my pattern pieces on, or at least what I thought was all my pattern pieces. So that was my error. It's a great pattern, and so that was one error. I forgot one of my pattern pieces, and I had sewed up the entire pants and was working on my front waistband facing and the back waistband when I realized I had not cut out a back waistband. And I have minimal scraps, very small pieces, and so I knew I couldn't cut a back waistband out of that. And I had some black linen, so I cut the white waistband out of that. And of course I have these beautiful blue linen. And I have to say my sewing for these is, I think, was some of my best work as far as sewing. I even top stitched down my seams. My pockets turned out great. And even when I was cutting out the back waistband, I was thinking that, oh, the black will not be visible because it's just going to be on the inside. And even though I've made these before and I just don't know where my mind was at, you can clearly see that the black is visible. And I got the elastic in better than I did on this pair of shorts. I was so proud of myself on the workmanship and getting my top stitching done. And then I was like beating myself up that maybe I should have taken my scraps and pieced together the blue. But my husband and son said, oh, well, as long as you wear a shirt that's long enough, no one's going to know. And I'll insert some pictures of wearing this Friday Pattern Company Donnie shirt, which has the, I guess it's kind of like a high-low hem because the back is longer than the front, and it does cover this waistband. So I will have to be very careful about what I wear as far as tops so that it's not visible. The other error or the difference is this linen. When I started sewing, it seemed like it had just a little bit more give than, well, it does have a little bit more give than the canvas. And I feel like these are much looser. And I probably should have graded from a 16 in the waist to the 14. But in all honesty, I believe I could have gotten by with a straight 14, even in the waist, because they feel loose in the waist even. Whereas the shorts in the canvas feels comfortable with a 16 in the waist. And like I said, I'll put in a picture so you can see the difference. Part of me feels like if I were to cut these off into shorts, that I wouldn't notice the bagginess as much. I will continue to wear these, but if I feel like they are too loose, then I will try to take in the outside seams and the inside seam. But I will not be able to, I don't think, adjust these since I did top stitch those down. And then I also, if I still don't like the way they look, I may take them, just cut them off into shorts that are a few inches above the knee. But they are very well constructed. But I still think of them as a fail because, like I said, I don't know where my brain was at when I was cutting out my pattern pieces and getting all that prep, but I just totally missed that back waistband. Let's talk about things that I made that turned out great. This pocketbook. This is the Midnight Sun bag by Incomplete Stitches. Now, I did purchase this as a kit from Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door. Got a loose hair. And have these rainbow hardware. So I got the D-rings and these clips and the slider and rainbow two-way zip. And this bag had a lot of firsts for me in it. Now, Andrea did a sew along for this as part of the kit, and I found it very helpful because, like, I had never put the foam in the bottom before. We used fusible fleece for the outer fabric, and then like attaching the webbing here, putting in the two-way zip. I had never done that. And then on the inside, now I've made a Noodlehead Pepin Tote before where I did make a lining with pockets. This is a key fob I've made before that got keys on. But I've never added a, it's over here, internal zip pocket. And that is created like you would a welt pocket. And I thoroughly enjoyed constructing that. And I was just very impressed that I was able to sew this up in a couple of days. Now, I had already previously prepped all my pattern pieces and had that ready, but as far as cutting out and then sewing it up, I worked on it over a course of 2 days and got it finished, and just very happy with the way this turned out. And I had some extra fabric and I made a matching little zip pouch with the same lining. And I used the makeup bag tutorial that Tamlin did for one of the Sew Haley Jane issues. And it's just a great little bag. Now, I don't have makeup in it. I have some other odds and ends that I carry in that. And so that was a win. And I still have a little bit of extra fabric that I'm going to use for another project. And that is the sewing that I have completed. Now, I have got another pattern cut out. The fabric's cut out. It's one of my Make 9. So you'll be seeing that hopefully in my next Makes video or Friday sews. I had hoped to do a Friday sews for this week. I was off yesterday, but I had some appointments in another town, and I was just on the go all day long and just ran out of time, and so I did not do that. Now, you'll see here in this photo, this is my crochet blanket, and I worked on this over the course of several months, just picking it up, doing a few rows at a time. And it is a US double stitch, and then a single crochet stitch, and then I did a single crochet around the border. But I ended up making a throw that is fairly large. It's a little over 5 feet square, and so we were already using this on the the bed, and then I've used it for when I'm reclining. We're going to be seeing some very cold temps coming up. We've already been pretty cold temperatures for January. We haven't seen this as cold in a few years, but from what I'm understanding, next week's going to be what they call a Siberian or Arctic blast, and we probably will see some single digits Fahrenheit. This is the pattern it creates. And it's just too large for me to spread it out for you to see the entire effect, but just been throwing this on top of the quilt to add another layer of warmth, and that will feel great next week. What have you been up to lately with your sewing? Let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to hear what you're doing. And I want to give you another little update. So let me just go grab the update. This is Jubal. He's got a name now. And so I feel like I'm a grandparent. This is my son's hunting dog. And I'm afraid that I may be spoiling him just a bit. And hopefully I won't ruin him from being a good hunting dog though. But his name is Jubal. And he is definitely in that puppy stage. And you've seen my dog Pepper walk through just a moment ago. She is getting older, and so she is not too happy about having a puppy around that wants to play all the time when she just wants to sleep all the time. And he is always wanting to eat and pee and poop and do all the normal things that puppies do. He takes a few naps, but then when he wakes up, he is wide open, and he needs lots of attention. That's all I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you will subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I want to thank all my new subscribers. I've gotten quite a few. And I also want to thank all those that have been with me all along or has been with me for a long time. I appreciate every one of you. And I hope you're having a wonderful day, and stay safe and warm.